No, it's not. Normally, we start recording and then I show you the gross things, not the gross thing, and then we start recording.
I already think that vaginas are disgusting, and then when you throw in the term discharge,
To be fair, you threw in the term discharge,
oh,
and
did
then
I?
I just made a funny joke about
Oh,
how delicious it is. Ow.
oh, gross. Let me tell you what's not on the
Mm.
menu for me today. Veggie veggie.
See,
Hey,
Mo
what
would
does
never
this
suck
look
a
like?
vagina. It looks like exactly what made this delicious, delicious discharge. A weird looking vagina.
With teeth.
Yeah. Like
Ah,
it's the vagina the religious nuts describe their kids, it's like if you have sex before you're married, it'll bite it off.
yeah.
Really? Yeah, there's a vagina monster down there. It looks like a piranha with
Yeah,
lips.
then the religious nuts say, "Come here, I'll protect your goodies. This will be our little
Mm-hmm.
secret." That's what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Father Thomas, get it together, dude. God doesn't like that.
And on that note, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the Frat Chat Podcast.
All young men like three things: food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time. It's Frat Chat Podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia with Chris Simo Moore. How's it going, Mr. Mo?
It's okay. It's great. How are you?
All right. It's good over here, Mr. Mo, because we just wrapped up with the greatest comedy show of all time last night. I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted, but what a fucking show we had, brother. It was epic. The crowd was epic. The comics were epic. Everybody laughed. Everybody had a good time. On St. Patty's, which I'm not gonna lie, pat ourselves in the back there. It's tough to sell room at St. Patty's. Everybody's out in the bars
Dude,
drinking.
we get every holiday.
Not us. Goddamn right. We killed it. Fucking killed it. Greatest comedy show of all time. Don't you dare miss this show. Check us out. We don't have a lineup announced for the next one, but it will be announced this week. So keep an eye on tiny.cc/greatest comedy show. And you can reserve your tickets already, baby. Do it, baby. Do
You
it.
know what's so funny? When I was leaving, everyone waiting for their friends to come from the bathroom, they're all lined up outside, or like towards the doors. And as I'm leaving, everyone's like, "Thank you so much. Thank you. That was so wonderful. We had so much fun. Thank you. Thank you." I was like, "Oh, thanks. Thanks so much for coming. Thank you." And so I'm leaving. I'm like, I just got thanked by a dozen people for talking about my butthole. It's like I just talked about butt sex. I talked about gross things, being arrested, like all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
And
and they're like, we had such a fun time. It was just amazing.
it was
I'm going to tell
lovely.
my
Oh,
grandma about
good.
this.
Like, okay. I'm glad you had
Yeah,
a
it was
good
a
time.
super sweet crowd. And honestly, I noticed like one of those because you never know how a crowd's gonna be. You just never know. Sometimes people are a little more uptight than others. And I always kind of do a litmus test to see how they react to certain shit. Especially when people like you get up there. Even some of my jokes, you gotta see the material. And they were on every fucking word. So I was like, oh man, this is gonna be fun. And then I got really excited to get up there. So shout out to that room. You guys were awesome. You guys made
Dude,
it.
I cannot stop giggling about, so front of the show, Christiana Jackson,
Yeah,
who
buddy.
I absolutely adore.
And Ben was
She
on the show this season. Check it out in the archives, baby. Or was it last
she's
season?
so
I don't know,
funny.
but it's on the archives. Look at it there. I promise. It was a good episode.
Last season. And
Mhm.
she said that she got her tubes tied, and then she told the crowd, everyone, just go wireless. It's 2023, and I can't stop giggling about that. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
such a good Christiana shout out. Incomparable Miss C on Instagram.
yes,
Yeah, baby.
correct.
God, I'm good at this. I'm so fucking good at this. Anyways, speaking of something that's I'm fucking good at is finding these news stories, Mr. Mo, that just make you realize we're really definitely not the worst the worst people on earth or the dumbest. Things that will definitely inspire us to know that we're not so bad. But here, right here, Mr. Mo, it's time for hold on, hit it. Yeah. So we have a news story
Oh,
right here from apnews.com. It
from Florida?
involves no, this is not Florida this time. Mr. Mo, this time we're gonna go straight to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Close enough.
Which yeah, it's I was gonna say it's really like kind of like the Florida of that area. So a serval cat, which is kind of like a small cheetah looking thing
Mhm.
that can be up to like 40 pounds. Um, it was rescued in Cincinnati and will now live in the Cincinnati Zoo. And you're asking, why is this story fucking important, Carlos? We talked about so many goddamn things. You're going to talk about a goddamn serval cat. Well, the cat was rescued after escaping from its owner's car after the owner was pulled over by police January 28th. It literally leapt out of the car, but you have to wonder where the fuck this guy has like a cheetah in his car. And jumped out. The cat saw the cops and was like, I got priors, and got the fuck out of there, essentially. And during the rescue, the cat broke its leg and became agitated. But
Oh,
here's the thing. They take this cat over to medical care, and they ran a drug test on it. And they determined that the fucking serval cat had cocaine in the system. like
cats
that
do
movie Cocaine
cocaine?
Bear. It's literally this cat was high on cocaine. That's probably why it ran away from the cops. It's like, oh shit, I'm on drugs. I definitely can't fucking get arrested for this. My baby mama's gonna leave me. I'm out. But
Oh my God.
and now this is where it gets wilder. This is not the first time in Cincinnati animal care history that a wild animal has tested positive for drugs. Last year, they took in a monkey named Neo, and the fucking thing had meth in its system. So since then, it's become standard procedure for the shelter to test exotic animals that arrive in the shelter for drugs. So good news for the cat, but goddamn Ohio, y'all gotta chill there. You're fucking giving fucking cats cocaine and monkeys
So are
meth
they
and
gonna
shit over there.
send these animals to rehab? Can you
Yeah,
imagine
right? What are
being
they
in
gonna do?
in like a group in like NA, and it's like everyone like say your name. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm an addict. Yada yada yada. Then the next person's like, oh ah. Okay. That's crazy. Man, Cincinnati to get it together. I don't really feel bad making fun of Cincinnati in Ohio or Florida. It's like Staten Island in the sense that, people are like, yo, I'm from Staten Island. What? When have you ever in your life heard someone say, I can't wait to go on vacation to Staten Island? I'm going to take my family to Staten Island for a fun day or a fun weekend. No one. Cincinnati? Who the fuck wants to go to Cincinnati?
Yeah, I
Jeez.
mean,
I
I'd
now
watch
I
the
definitely
Devils
don't want to go
game,
if there's going to be
but
a bunch of crackhead animals on the loose.
yeah, some meth monkeys run around like, whoa, ah, ah, Why?
That's
Why
crazy.
did you get mauled? I didn't have any crack to get this monkey, man. He just went crazy.
Now I
Monkey
could
trying
be
to
wrong.
rob me.
I think a serval cat is mixed with other cats, and that's what makes a Savannah cat. So I think a Savannah cat is like part, I guess, I don't know, tabby cat, and then part serval. And so,
Yeah.
although serval cats are illegal, some Savannah cats I think are legal in most states. And when I was at
Now,
College Park one day, when I was in college,
oh god.
my best friend Eleanor was at College Park, Maryland, and we were in the
Mhm.
library, and they shut the campus down. They said there was a cougar on the loose. There was a mountain lion, and we looked out the window. They locked us in the library. We looked out the window, and there was a cute little Savannah cat licking his paws, staring at us, and like they
Oh man.
they pulled in like all these cops, like SWAT teams, and it was just like a little like house cat that like got out. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
I could have scooped it up myself and played with it and saved them all the taxpayers' money. Man, that's
It was like
crazy.
Seymour lured it in with like a little ball and a string just dangling it
Yeah.
in. The cat.
Like, what are they gonna do? They have all these machine guns, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I got an idea. Anybody have any yarn? You have some yarn? Okay, just trust me. Just trust me. I have an idea. I know it sounds crazy. Man.
And that's actually how they actually catch most meth heads in Ohio as well, with just yarn and strings. So I think SEMO right there just solved the gun crisis, you guys. So just saying, it's some more yarn and string. Now, my dad actually, when he was younger, um, living in Venezuela, he was on a hike and found what he thought was an abandoned kitten, and he took it home and nursed it back to health. And as this kitten began to grow, he realized that it was not a kitten, and it was something similar to a serval. Uh, it didn't grow to be that big, but it was definitely like bigger than a lab. Uh, not as big as like a fucking tiger. You know what I mean? Like the big fucking thing. And here's the thing: my dad said this thing was sweet as hell to him, loved him, and it's a cat, so most of the time, it would hang out basically by these trees that they had at his property that gave him cover. He would just hang in there. My dad basically know the cat was there because he could see the tail just moving left, right, and everything was great until this thing got big enough where the neighborhood dogs started going missing. Apparently, this thing fucking would go out at night and would go hunting. And one at first, a dog goes missing. No one thinks anything about it. Sometimes people would let their dogs wander in neighborhoods in Venezuela back then. It was that fucking trusting. But eventually you start hearing, barking at night, just, like crazy, and just
my
and
God.
dogs just start disappearing faster and faster. That they figured out that it was my dad's fucking thing, and then the neighbors obviously were pissed, and then my dad
Your
gave it
dad had
away.
a hungry pussy, man. Wonka
Who let the dogs out? My dad did. Yep, he ate them all. His pussy ate them all.
wonka.
So,
Mommy, where's Snoopy? I don't know. I haven't seen Snoopy. Well,
but I did
I
see
got
his
news for
paw.
you, kid.
Oh,
I see that Mr. Garcia's cat has a collection of dog collars. This is not looking really good. A lot of serial killers do that. They keep a momentum of some sort. I'm not pointing any fingers, but it does look pretty incriminating.
Oh,
That
what do you
sounds like
know?
a
Oh,
good
look,
Judge
this one
Judy
says
case.
Snoopy.
Yikes. That's
Well,
crazy.
Cincinnati, Ohio, get your shit together.
You
Stop
know,
giving your monkeys meth. You
my
cat
dad
you
was such a
can't.
country boy. Actually, he grew up in Baltimore City, so I'm not sure how country, but he had like a pet raccoon at one point. He had
What the fuck?
a pet crow that he said he claims could talk, but my dad, I think he like licked frogs in high school to get like high. I think he did drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a hippie,
What?
you know. So he told me he's like you can lick frogs like hallucinate. And I was like, ew, don't. That's how you get
You do.
salmonella and die, bro. You're probably like tripping on salmonella. But he is such an animal lover. And when we grew up, we had so many animals in the house at different times. And at one point, we had, I don't know if I've ever told you this, we had an iguana, and I shut
Wow.
the door on the iguana's tail and it broke off.
Oh, yeah,
And
but
I
it grows
was,
back, luckily.
well, I didn't know that at the time. So I was in hysterics. My mom said, um, it, it grows back in. Don't panic, but just be more careful. And then my mom and dad were like, I remember hearing them talking about it, and they're like, you know how our child is. Now he's wondering what else grows back. We got to get rid of the iguana.
Yeah,
And
were
they
you
got rid of it because they're
watching
like,
the
Chris is an
tail
idiot.
twitching and getting
Yeah.
ideas? Like, ooh.
But I was thinking that. I was like, what else grows back? Will my finger grow back? I don't know.
That's actually the first time Simo became gay.
Yeah. And then
It's like,
my
whoa.
my dad also has this fox in the neighborhood that comes to his door and he feeds it hot dogs by hand where he lives
What
now.
the fuck? Your dad's
It
like
comes
a Disney princess.
This is in Ellicott City, Maryland, and all the neighbors are creeped out by it. And then when I like rent a car and come home, it's like come home from BWI, and I'm in the
Mhm.
rental car in the driveway. I'm like, I'm not getting out the car until you tell your little friend to get up off the porch. Yeah, maybe you're friends with him, but that's not my friend. I'm not trying to get to know like the neighborhood fox. It's creepy to me.
You know,
Hell
it's
no, dude.
I don't know if you guys know this. Simo's dad actually trained that fox to eat a whole hot dog without biting it. Just goes in.
You know what
It's a,
though? At
it's a
one day
sight to
he'll be at
see.
my level because I can swallow two at a time. How about them apples?
Yeah, he shows him tape
That's
of you.
called
He just misses
talent.
you.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's time to get to it. We've talked about short cats, short animals, and weenies. So I think it's a good transition onto today's episode because this week, you guys, we began a partnership with the Shoes Built for Short Kings, Kanzuri, which you can now buy and save 15% on by using promo code FRATCHAT at kanzuri.com on top of the 30% off sale they have going on right now, which is 45% off, just almost half off. So you can save a lot of fucking money. So that gave us, kind of made us talk a little bit about short kings off the air. And they gave us an idea. Why not dedicate a show strictly to our favorite short kings? And that's exactly what we're going to do because this week we name our top 10 favorite short kings. Oh, yeah. And they're going to be short, but they're going to be kings. Super kings.
How tall are you?
I am 5'8", so I'm just over the line
Mm.
for being short
You,
king.
you
And
almost
I'm
made
5'8",
this
like
list.
3/4. I could have been 5'9" if God would have loved me a little more, but he did give me good hair, so I'll take that.
God gave me mental illness. Meh. Okay, so I have some honorable mentions.
Go on.
So speaking of short, the first person that came to mind was Martin Short. And
Martin Short.
he's
He's definitely a
tiny.
short king. In more ways than
So
one. Yeah.
you know what? Seeing him in there's a show on Hulu called Murders in the Building.
Only
Have you
Murders in
heard
the
that?
Building. We love that show.
Oh yeah, he's so tiny. I didn't realize how. Steve Martin is so tall, so I guess maybe comparatively, maybe he looks shorter. I was like, oh, this little
But
guy.
you remember him in Three Amigos, which I
Yeah,
guess also had Steve Martin. But yeah, he's definitely a teeny guy. How tall is
he's
he?
so. You know, I don't know. Let's ask the Google. Um, Martin Short.
5'7".
How'd you do that so fast?
Because I am not a fucking slow ass with dyslexia. I mean, what? Because I just happen to, type a little faster.
Dyslexic, not dumb. Thank you. Okay, so you said Martin Short is 5'7".
Yep.
Well, Billy Crystal's a little bit shorter. He's 5'6". And I just thought of Billy Crystal
Ooh,
because on award
I love
shows, whenever he's
Billy.
sitting next to like these like female presenters with their heels, and I was like, wow, he's so
Oh
tiny.
yeah, he could have used some Kanzuri during those segments. I'm sure he would have
Totally.
loved it.
So he's short, but I love him. He's just like a very likable guy in Hollywood. Like I don't really hear
Yeah,
bad things about him. Though,
never.
if there was a Me Too about him, I'd be crushed. Him,
I know,
um,
man. Especially, and I love Analyze This. It's such a good movie. Him and Robert De
yeah,
Niro. He's their
and
shrink.
Lisa Kudrow.
Yep, Lisa Kudrow. I forgot. Yeah, she's the wife. Yeah, that's such a fucking good movie. And he has many others. And he hosted the Oscar for years, and it was amazing. I feel like those were the better years of the
No
Oscars.
drama. No one slapped
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah, everything was funny. He was fucking great. He is great. Shout out Billy Crystal.
And then the last honorable mention that I have, who I honestly think can walk on water. Every song of his is a hit in my book. And if he wants to hit me, go for it. Bruno Mars, he's 5'5".
5'5". He's a little guy, but he's so good.
Did you know
He's so
Taylor
good.
Swift is 5'11"?
Yeah, she's a tall
5'11",
lady.
and he's
Mhm.
5'5". Like they should never collaborate because that would be such a kick to his ego unless he's wearing heels and she's in a
She could be in
wheelchair.
a
You know what I mean?
piano
Like,
sitting down.
huh?
She could be in a piano sitting down. So it brings her down.
If
Then
she
he could
was
be in a
sitting
step.
down,
Then
she
he
still
could be
might
in a
be
step
taller than
stool.
him.
Yeah, he could be in a step stool on top of it. And wearing the
um,
Guns shoes.
yeah, dude. Okay, so who's first on your list?
On my first. On my first. Did I just have a stroke? First on my list is one that actually I would have him higher on the list, but he is more of a short emperor rather than a short king, but definitely one of the most famous. In fact, he's so famous, they named a complex after him. And here's the thing about Napoleon.
Oh,
Say what you want about him, but he was kind of a badass. Of course, I'm talking about Napoleon Bonaparte, who was 5'6". And I will not give you a whole history lesson about him, but he actually, at one point, was dethroned at some point of his career uh, as as emperor. And note I said dethroned, not deep throat, neat Simo, so you can relax over there. And he was sent to live
I'm
in
looking for a
exile.
throat goat.
And he was sent to live in exile to the island Elba, which he had access to at least livable recourses, some people, a small teeny army, but he was able to escape it from there and get back to France in early 1815 and raised a new army and was able to get back to power again. So, got a badass. He eventually lost again, but you gotta give it to him. That's pretty fucking sweet. And then he was sent to a second lonelier island where he later died of speculated stomach cancer, I believe it was. But you gotta give him A for effort. However, guess you can say he still came up just a bit short. Okay, I'll quit the podcast. Just kidding. The reason I would give him higher on the list is because even though 5'6" is short by today's standards, it was actually average back then. But winners write the history books, people, and Napoleon's image became a casualty of that because rumors that he was a teeny tiny man was started as a slight to him by the Brits, and that slight carried on through history and time, even though he was pretty average size. So he's number 5 on my list. And that's right. That's a little history by your
What a
neighborhood friendly
little
foreigner.
bitch.
Yeah, right. You should have just. Never
What a
mind. He would have just
short
killed everyone.
bitch.
You could have been 5'8" if you got Kanzuri. At least. Just saying.
You know what? When I saw Napoleon on the list, I immediately think Napoleon Dynamite. Classic movie. And then sometimes I think about the ice cream, but we've talked about this. It's Neapolitan, but I always call it Napoleon. I don't think I'm the only one. You know what I mean? It's just like the cherry, vanilla, and chocolate
Yes,
Neapolitan.
there's a lot of other
But
dumb
I think a
people out
lot
there.
of us
So
say Napoleon.
you're not the only one.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I
my
want some,
first.
I want some quesadillas. Gosh.
Vote for Pedro.
What's your first?
So my first on my list is Kevin Hart coming in at a whopping 5'2". And Kevin Hart actually was in the media like negatively so much so that it cost him from hosting the Oscars, which I was really bummed about
Yeah,
because
me too.
I
It
I,
would
I
have been
think that
great.
he was a victim in this circumstance because he had said some things that weren't necessarily nice about the gay community, but at the time when it was socially acceptable to make fun of the gay community. Some years later, people pulled up all these old tweets. They're like, "You said this," and he was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I did." And so hold me accountable for the things I say in the time period in which I said it. Because back in the 90s, everything was fucking gay. That's gay. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hold people accountable now for saying that. You know, it's different times.
That's
Anywho,
definitely
I
true.
felt bad
Yeah,
for him. He
very
wasn't
hypocritical.
fired. He stepped down, but I think that
Yeah,
he
he
knew that he
stepped
was going to
down,
get.
but I mean, at the same time, I'm sure it did his image great. But it's really the kind of thing where it's really the Oscars' loss that they let him walk away. They should have protected him
Yeah.
more.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing: had that gone well, he would probably still be hosting today. He would have definitely been a long-term host. He would have been fucking hilarious. It would have been charming. He's the guy that he just, he's so goddamn likable, and that's what you want in the Oscars. So, yeah, no,
Did you know
it's
he
their
got a
loss.
DUI before?
Oh yeah,
You know what that
so that
means?
means
He likes to
party.
party. Um,
Yeah, let's go, Kevin. Chug, 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 chug. Woo! Rush Teak
I'm
Road.
so 4 years ago or 3.5 years ago, he was in a really bad car accident. Do you remember this?
No, I don't.
So according to Wikipedia, he was a passenger in a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda that went off Mulholland Highway and rolled down
Barracuda.
an embankment near Calabasas, California. He and the driver
Wow.
reportedly suffered major back injuries and were taken to separate hospitals. Hart was released from the hospital 10 days later and continued recovery at a rehabilitation facility. So I remember hearing
Wow.
about this and being like panicked because I thought to myself, he's so tiny that if the airbag went off, it could have knocked his head off. Have you heard that about children? Like in the passenger seat and the airbag goes off and decapitates them. I'm like, he should be in a booster. He should be like, I'm serious. He should like that's a situation that could have destroyed him. He should be in the booster seat.
Can you imagine the cops, just like investigating the murder scene or not the murder scene, the crime scene? Like, oh my God, it's been a terrible crime accident. Oh, what is that? A baby in the driver's seat? Oh my God, open up! Everybody get him! Oh, wait a minute. It's just fucking Kevin Hart. God damn it. Go get him. Arrest his ass. It's like, oh, Kevin. Yeah, I would not be driving if I was saying. I would have been in the back
Can he
seat
reach
safely
can he reach the pedals?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's him taking care of the hands, but then he's just sitting on the rock and the rock does the gas in
Yeah.
the That's what they get from point A to point B. Saving the environment 1 mile at a time.
Who do you have next on your list?
Next on my list, you guys, is one that maybe actually. No, he's not the shortest on my list for sure, but he's up there. He was Elf. He was in Elf. Sorry, not Elf. Sorry. Don't cancel me,
Womp
people.
womp.
Yeah.
He's not an elf.
He was in Elf, Death at a Funeral, and other hilarious comedies, as well as other great movies. However, he really came into my heart, and I'm sure as many Americans' heart, or people in the world, as Tyrion in Game of Thrones.
Ugh, so good. My favorite character.
So good. He's so fucking good. And he's not just a funny guy, but he's also a very terrific actor that can show a lot of depth, a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion. He's very likable when he wants to be, but he can be very arrogant when he wants to be. Just phenomenal. Just a phenomenal guy to watch if you want to get into acting. Plus, he started acting in his late 20s when he was 28, and he actually has given super inspirational talks about it in the past. So I love me some P. Dinklage. Amazing actor, great shows, great legacy behind him already, and all around nice guy with a beautiful kid.
I
beautiful
seen
family.
him. I think he might live on State Street in like Cobble Hill in Brooklyn. I've seen him a couple times.
Oh,
I've always
actually, I
wanted.
do
I
think he
always want
lives
to
out
approach
there.
him and just. I've always wanted to approach him and be like, I just want you to know I love you so much, but that's creepy, you know. But I do
Yeah,
really, really, really love him. What a
especially if you're
talent!
wearing the Peter Dinklage shirt that you made, where it's his
Yeah.
head photoshopped over a, a naked little Wookiee thing from Star Wars. Just super hairy. So I don't think he's gonna like that at all. But
and
just
it's
saying.
made from recycled materials, meaning that I went through his trash and pulled out everything I could find and sewed it onto a garment because I wanted to smell like him. You know what I
It'll
mean?
smell like him. But like
Reduce,
6 weeks
recycle,
old.
reuse. Make a shirt. Well,
We love you,
next on
Petey.
my list
Yeah.
is he may be short-ish. Um, he's not super short, but to me he is. His name is Lenny Kravitz. He's 5'9", which is a little bit taller than you. But
Yeah. What the fuck?
I just associate him with being fairly short because I don't know. He's just so handsome, so wonderful, and he has such big hair that I assume he's taller, but he's not. He's 5'9". And if I could build my perfect person, if I could go to Build-A-Bear and build a boyfriend, he will look just like Lenny Kravitz, except I would stretch him just a little bit taller. And when they asked me what color eyes, I would ask for sequins. But he's so handsome, even though he's a little short for my tastes. He is big where it counts. Because when that dick popped through those leather pants on stage, I knew he was a winner. So we give leeway.
And he also wears a lot of like platform-ish shoes, I feel like. So yeah, he'll be taller than you when he gets hanging out.
When I think of rock stars, when I think of like movie actors, I just assume that they're going to be 6 feet plus. They're larger than life. But
Oh
when
no,
they are
that's
5'9"
just
or smaller, I'm like,
filmmaking.
oh,
Yeah, like if I like lower the camera down here, for example, it's like, I am a monster. I am 9 feet tall. Roar! It's not definitely not.
In my Snoopy shirt, I'm a fucking badass.
and so Lenny Kravitz isn't the shortest, but he is my king.
You up, man.
Yeah,
You better chill out.
yeah.
Or
Hey,
else.
ask me about my butthole. It fell out. Have you seen it?
I think oh God, I think I can hear it. Is that?
Yeah, probably.
Is that it back there on the floor? Just writhing around? Oh God, it's sliding around all your room like a goldfish that's fallen out of the tank, but much slipperier.
Claws coming from inside the house.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, it's after us, Mario. I can hear him screaming. Oh God. Why would you help him, Simo?
Speaking
Oh
of
God.
speaking of little things, little little things on the floor. Your next one is the tiniest on our list, I think.
Oh yeah, he is definitely the teeniest, tiniest on our list. But what he lacked in size, he made up in badassery and heart. Of course, I'm talking about Vern Troyer, but known best as Mini Me, in Austin
Love him.
Powers, and he was 2'8", very teeny tiny. And of course, he was Mini Me in Austin Powers 2 and 3, but he was also in other great movies like Bubble Boy and stuff. He did other movies with Mike Myers, and of course, what probably me and Simo probably loved him most in. He was in The Surreal Life.
Yes, he
where
was.
we saw a whole nother side of him, mainly like him drunk peeing on stuff, which is a pretty funny side to see.
That was my favorite performance of his. And you know who his cast member was? I'll give you a hint. She was a big
Fable.
bitch with a big dick.
Oh
Well, it was a clit that
God,
looked like a dick. Her name is China.
Bridget.
May they both
China,
rest in
yeah,
peace.
China was yeah. I get my seasons mixed up
Yeah.
together in that
She had
show.
a
It's been a while.
huge clit. Rest in peace, China.
That's why her porn was called One Night in China, because it took a whole night to like wait through it to get in there, you know.
They used to play ring toss with her clit.
If you got hot, she could use it as a fan.
Yeah.
Now, Vern Troyer was hilarious, but he also, you got to give him credit as an actor that he did so much with the Mini-Me character, even though he probably, was probably meant to be a side little thing. And his only verbal lines were fucking ee. So it was all about the facials. It was all about his little reactions. It was all about how he was made to look. He could beat up Austin Powers. He really actually did so much with a character that probably shouldn't have had that much legs to begin with. So mad props as an actor to him. Yeah, he was,
little legs.
Yeah, you got little legs. You can't get it. Should have been long legs to it. But may he rest in peace. I think he's actually underrated for that role. But there'll never be another like him. So rest in peace, Mini Me. I love you.
Well, my next guy is not necessarily a king per se. He's short, but he's more of a prince, and he's also known as the artist formerly known as Prince, which to
Formerly
me
known
is like
as
such a
Prince.
stupid name. That was his name. The
And he
artist
went
formerly
back
known
to
as Prince.
Prince. So then
Let me
was
make
he
sure.
like the artist now known as Prince again? I feel like he has to re-announce it every time since he was
His real name is
just sad.
Prince Rogers Nelson.
Oh wow, so that's actually his real name, Prince.
Yeah, but
That's interesting.
it's like an acronym. TAFKAP. TAFKAP. The artist formerly known as Prince. It's fucking weird to me.
Weird.
I think he died of fentanyl accidental overdose, right?
I thought it was sleeping pills, actually. On a plane.
Well,
Sleeping pills and
drugs, fucking crackhead. No, so he
Oh god. Yeah, accident. Oh no, you're right. Autopsy found he died of an accidental overdose of fentanyl.
that was the first one I
yeah.
heard of, but there's been a lot of those deaths,
Yeah.
That's a crazy bad news drug.
He thought he was taking Vicodin, and it was fake Vicodin laced with fentanyl. Crazy. That's terrible. Wow. Rest in peace,
I
Prince.
remember him not allowing Weird Al Yankovic to parody his songs. And I was like, what a jackass. Like, let this weird curly haired freak have some fun. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it led to great classics such as Eat It, Eat It. Don't you wanna
yes.
be? So and what is it? I'm fat, chum on. So, Prince is lost, really.
I heard
that's why Michael was the king and he was the prince. Just saying.
Yeah. No, I'm looking, I can't find it, but I'm I know that he was not very nice to Sinead O'Connor because he wrote the song
Really?
"Nothing Compares to You." Yeah, and she said that he
Okay.
was like not nice to women. She came out after he died, and she was like,
Huh.
he wasn't really nice. I can't find any stuff about that. I just know that he became a Jehovah Witness, and I was like, ugh, we lost another good one.
Yeah. Yeah, they were
It is what it
kind of out
is.
there. Michael Jackson
He's
was one for a while.
well, he's dead. Rest in peace. You in China, have fun up there. Anyhow, that's my number 3. Prince coming in a whopping 5 feet 3 inches.
Mhm. And up next, I'm down to 2 on my end, and up next I have someone who, if he was around today, would look at you and Simo and say, "What'd you talk about, Willis?" And of course, I'm talking about Gary Coleman, who came in at a whopping 4'8", and he came into America and it's hard with different strokes. That's where the famous catchphrase came in. But he then, he even though you might say he took a bit of a tumble in his career later on, he still had memorable roles in shows like The Simpsons and things. And he was very popular in pop culture and seen around, even though he worked as a security guard and shit later on in his life.
Yeah,
As
I
his
was gonna say
his
that.
struggle.
That sucks.
Yeah, that definitely sucks. But goddamn, he was a fucking legend. And note, he's not to be confused with Webster, who was another small African American actor from the era.
Mhm.
Because as you can see, I myself and team Gary Coleman, because Webster did not make my list. So the thing is, nothing against Webster, but you can't go one and the other. It's like in the Twilight days. Remember that fucking movie where there was like Team Edward or Team Jacob? You can't be both. So fuck you, Webster. I made my choice. You're gonna have what you talk about, Willis. What you talk about, Willis, is gold. Gold. Don't need anything else.
Wh-
Just say what
Why
you talk
was he
about,
so
Willis.
tiny? Wasn't it like? Do you have like a condition?
Uh, I don't fucking know.
Um.
I mean, what do you
Oh, he's dead
Oh,
too, right? Man, a lot of people are dead on
yeah,
this
he
list.
died. He had an autoimmune disease that alters the kidneys, which means he stopped growing at 4'8", and had 2 kidney transplants in life. So he was definitely not meant to be in for a long time, but baby, he was here for a good time. Because Gary Coleman, you're number 2 on my list, but number 1 in my heart. Number 1 in my heart, Gary.
You know
Number
what?
1 in my heart. And rest in
I have a
peace,
friend.
Gary. Sorry to interrupt your friend, but I feel like we keep talking about dead ones here. So rest in peace to all the short kings that we talked about so far. Napoleon, he died a long time ago though, so we're kind of over it. Mini
And
me,
cue Amazing
Prince.
Grace.
Yes. Of course, Gary Coleman. Love you guys. Anyways, back to your friend.
I have a friend that lost a nut, and
Oh,
yeah,
no.
lost a grape in the war. No, so he
No!
lost. He had like some injury.
Not a
He had a
grape.
he had an injury like on a horse or something. I don't know if a horse stomped it out as he was
A horse. That just
something
got even
happened, but
worse. That
he
escalated
didn't. He never
quickly.
really aged. He's 10 years older than me, and he looks a lot younger than me. And I wonder, I'm like, if I knew that then, if I knew what then, what I knew now, I would just like forfeit a nut if it was gonna give me the fountain of youth. You know, like take it because Botox
Oh
is
god.
expensive.
Botox is expensive, I'm sure, but I don't need it because
Yeah.
I've aged gracefully. You know what I mean? But
Hmm,
Simo,
hmm.
Simo's gonna go get horseback riding lessons now. Oh,
Yeah.
what's that, boy? You want to make me look young? Ah, excellent, excellent. Let's ride. And is that what your friend always talks like this?
Hey, buddy, how's it going? Hi. Oh man, it's been 15 years, really? Oh, I can tell, man. I still look super young. Totally cool,
Yeah, he
guys.
is kind of
Maybe
short
love it.
too. I'll tell you who it is
I'm
off
not
the
sure,
air.
you guys. I am standing on my tippy toes here, and I've aged gracefully. Though, look at his face, no wrinkles.
You actually know him. I'll tell you who it is off the air.
Nice. Nice.
Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
my next guy here, number 4 on my list is Al Pacino, who's a fucking badass dude. What
Oh,
a
yeah.
talent.
Ah, it's me, Simo, Al Pacino. I can't believe you put me on your list. I'm so grateful for you. Ah! And
He
that's actually, fun fact, that's actually me playing right now. It's not me, like, you're not watching me play, but that was me playing the mandolin, you guys.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, in case. I used to play a mandolin back in the day, but the Godfather song is one of the ones I knew. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they can't sue me if it's just me.
I thought
So,
mandolin was a game where you play rocks.
no, it's like a little tiny, almost like a guitar thing. It almost looks like a banjo, but it's smaller.
What am I
Uh,
thinking of? I'll
I
Google
don't
it
know.
now.
I never know what the fuck you're thinking
Let
of.
me see.
So,
Rock game
are
man.
you thinking of? You're thinking of Rock Band, Guitar Hero.
Oh, it's called Mancala. Mancala?
What the fuck?
Mancala.
MANCACOLA.
Cala.
CA.
Mancala.
The fuck is that? I don't know what the fuck that is.
I remember someone gave me one as a kid as a gift, and I threw the game away. Just kept the rocks because I love rocks.
How do you even play that?
I don't know. But anyway, it's not a mandolin.
A stupid
So
game.
Al
That person
Pacino won a
did
Golden
not
Globe.
like you.
A lot of people don't like me. So Al Pacino played the role of Roy Cohn in the miniseries Angels in America, and that's will forever be my favorite role of his. So good. He played
yeah.
alongside Meryl Streep, a lot of really
in
cool
The
actors and
Godfather?
actresses, but well, yeah, he was in that too. He did a good job. But my favorite role was Angels in America.
Small little role in The Godfather. No one remembers it. Just he was just the fucking guy.
He's
But
aight.
anyways, he was also
He wears
Scarface.
glasses for my company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wears the frame. It's called a Telena, size 44, in color cinnamon.
Wow, Michael Corleone wears cinnamon glasses. Well, it's all right. He's pretty damn good, anyways. But he also played a lot of Hispanic people in his day. He played Tony Montana, in Scarface. He did Carlito's Way, actually. My namesake there, buddy. He's done comedies. He's done. I mean, fuck, he's done it all. He was what was that movie? Fuck, with Keanu Reeves, The Devil's Advocate.
Oh
He
yeah, oh that's a
played
good
fucking
one.
Satan. That's a great one. That's a great
And then
one.
Keanu Reeves had to sleep with his sister, right?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yucky. And was Charlize Theron in that?
Yes, she was.
Poor thing. I don't think she made it.
Yeah, whatever happened to Charlize Theron's career, right? Yeah, right. She's done quite well. Won an Oscar too, but we love you, Charlize. Just know these are jokes. But yeah, Al is the man. Woo-ha! He did. He had that where he was blind. What was it? Where he dances. Al Pacino blind movie. Oh, Scent of a Woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I would love to be in the same room with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. I would love to just go to happy hour with them, or even just a casino and play blackjack with them. Would that be so much fun?
I feel like it would be you talk about your asshole and farts for a while, and then Robert De Niro would be like,
I would wear this shirt and I would say, "Ask me about it, guys. Ask me about it."
what do you think? You think you're funny, huh? Robert, you gotta calm down around the kids, okay? They're fine. He's just a young man. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. I want to kick him in the nuts. I feel like it wouldn't. I don't know. It wouldn't go quite well. Your humor and theirs, I don't see it matching quite so well. But I think they like me, because I'm pretty awesome. So just saying, Robert and Al, if you're listening,
Jury's out on that decision.
Feel free to call one of us. Well, no, you'll make the right choice.
Yep, I can get them discounts on eyewear, so
That's true. That's true. So you can get your cinnamon look on.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, your number one is
on my list.
Rosie O'Donnell's number one.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
She would go straight for him. She said
so. Now, here's the thing. Before I say who it is, just let me put it out there. Scientology, meh, don't like that shit. Not into that shit. That's not why he's on this list. Second Scientology. If you're listening, don't kill me, but suck it. I know what happens to people that attempt to speak up against Scientology.
Don't say suck it, because they might.
Yeah. Oh God, they're here. Oh God, they're coming at me, Simo. Don't say so. I'll take it back. I take it back. Oh God. Okay. They've stopped. Yeah. Left me alone.
Never go to Clearwater, Florida and say that.
Never.
Ever.
I'll get you. And of course, I'm talking about Tom Cruise. Because here's the thing. Well, Scientology, maybe meh. This motherfucker hangs off planes, dude. At like 60 years old. He's a bad motherfucker. And seeing his crazy stunts and all he's willing to give just to make films believable is fucking incredible. And he flies planes and shit himself. He does all this stuff. He jumps off of them and stuff. He like skydives all for his movies. Plus, before he was a great action star, he was already like great. Like, he was a good actor as a young guy in movies like Risky Business and Jerry Maguire. The guy can act his balls off.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Tail.
And here's the thing. He could also be like the number one client for Kanzuri because he's 5'7", so you would really put him at the top of the Short Kings list. And he'd be able to finally look better in those pictures with Nicole Kidman all those years. Imagine if he was wearing the Kanzuris right there. Just saying. He usually definitely call
Eyes
Kanzuri
Wide
Tom
Shut.
Cruise.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like a porno.
Mm-hmm. That's why the eyes were wide shut. They're stuck together.
People
Tom
may
Cruise.
agree with me, but Rock of Ages, he was the best one. Like,
he can rock, dude.
Have you seen that?
And he's like
a great singer.
Yeah, he's multi-talented. And when he didn't want to be, Tom Cruise anymore, he wore a fat suit and danced his ass off in Tropic Thunder and killed it in that role as the agent, the film producer agent or whatever. He was fucking the film exec. That's what he was. He was fucking amazing. Such a good actor. Honestly, I don't give a shit that he's a weird Scientologist. What he's willing to do is just insane.
I think it's fucking weird.
I mean, it is weird, but I don't watch his movies for his religious beliefs. So fuck it. As long as he's not doing anything weird or coming after me, I'm cool. You can be your weird Scientology. Have fun, Tommy. I want no part of it. But I will watch, Mission Impossible 72 when it comes out next year. Like, I definitely want to see it.
Did you watch the most recent Risky Business? No, not Risky Business.
What?
Avatar? No.
He's back. You mean Top Gun?
Yeah.
Risky Business. He slides out his underwear. I don't want to see Tom Cruise as a 60-year-old. I don't know. I don't know what kind of Google searches you're having over there, CMO, but I want no part of Tom Cruise in his 60s, sliding in his underwear across my screen. While you
Well,
groove over there.
I saved the best for last. And the best, hands down, is named Danny DeVito. You might have seen him
Yes.
in Cheers. You may have seen him in Matilda. You might have seen him
Twins.
Twins with Arnold.
Arnold.
You may
It's a
have
great
seen
brother.
him
My super
in
movie when we play twins. It was a great brother, and we look
yeah.
the same. But we don't look the same. I'm much bigger, and I'm stronger. And so people look at him, and they look at me, and they're like, "Oh, you're twins? No, you can't be twins. That's the whole with twins." And then we do that for like 2 hours. Great movie.
It's fantastic. And then he also is
Always
in
Sunny.
the show, huh? Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You're about to say it, I think. Yep.
Yeah. Always Sunny in
Sweet.
Philadelphia. And most recently, I think this is a great, I hope he like gets recognized for this, but this is new cartoon. It's called Little Demon.
Oh
You can watch
yeah.
it on Hulu. He plays the
Yeah.
voice of the devil. So good. But he's just
Yeah.
like, such a long career. He actually did one of my favorite guest appearances as a stripper in the show Friends.
On Friends, I was just about to bring that up, dude. He was so good, and then when they feel bad for him, so they let him strip, and he runs out of breath. He is fantastic, dude,
Ugh.
and just what a guy. And
4'10".
he's a guy. Yeah, 4'10". Wow, he's
So
teeny.
tiny.
And he was the Penguin in Batman, which shows his fucking
yeah.
range, dude. He could do it all.
His
He
fingers
was
were
also
like
in a
this.
movie. Yep. He was also in a movie called Screwed, I think it was, with Dave Chappelle and a couple other fucking people. God, another guy who recently passed away. Fucking why am I forgetting
Paul
his
Walker.
goddamn name? Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald, who
Oh.
passed away, isn't Screwed. But yeah, great movie. Danny DeVito is like a mortician, and he's just crazy in it. But he is so good. He's so cool. And here's the thing about Danny DeVito: when he joined the cast of Always Sunny, this was after the first season, which everybody admits not the best season of Sunny. It's good, but not great. The show was struggling. Ratings were not good, so they reached out to Danny DeVito and basically were like, "We're huge fans of you. You know, here's like the show. We love it. You know, here's a script. We love it if you would come on as one of our dads and whatever." And he decided to jump on, taking a big risk, you know, because he was an established actor coming onto this shit show. It could be bad for his career. Nope, worked out. Did wonders for the show. Did wonders for his career. Everything worked out great in the end. But you know, it shows what kind of guy he is. That he was willing to give people a shot with his name and shit. And, you know, shows that he'll put his money where his mouth is, and he fucking killed it. So, love you, Danny. I think that's a great number one.
You know what? I'm looking. I think I spoke wrong. I think his wife Rhea Perlman, or his ex-wife, I guess, was in Cheers. He wasn't in Cheers. He was in Taxi.
Yes, he was in Taxi with Andy Kaufman.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I misspoke. Please don't message me about how stupid I am. Okay. I made a
No,
mistake.
don't
I'm
message
owning
him
it up.
about how stupid it is. Message me at Carlos Does the World, you guys, because I kind of want to
Yeah.
know how stupid you guys think it
I
is.
get an occasional message. It's not very nice.
No, people. Are
Then
not that
then
good.
I respond with things that are even meaner. Whoa.
So,
Anywho,
Grandma, stop
so-
letting SEMO. I've told you a million times, you guys. And make sure you check out those Kanzuri shoes, you guys. These short
I can't wait
kings.
to get a pair.
Yeah, that would be.
I'm gonna be 7 feet
These
tall.
short kings were loved.
Watch out, Shaq.
Sure. Yeah. Kanzuri.com. You can save 15% using promo code FRATCHAT. Plus, you have 30% off going on right now. So it's 45% off total, you guys. So, yeah, get your shit now. And of course, you just remember you can always save 25% and free shipping off on manscaped.com as well by using promo code FRATCHAT because we're fucking awesome. You can get tickets to the greatest comedy show of all time at tiny.cc/greatest comedy show using promo code FRATCHAT to save 15% off on that too. Promo code FRATCHAT opens doors, baby, and buttholes. So make sure you give us a follow on all our social channels at FRATCHAT Podcast, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Make sure you give me a follow as well at Carlos Does the World, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube, and at Carlos Does World on Twitter. Make sure you follow my good buddy Seema over there at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram and TikTok, and see more comedy on Twitter. Oh, yeah. Make sure you do that. Do it right now. And like and subscribe wherever you're listening to. And leave a, you can leave a little review on there and say, hey, we love you guys. You're the best show I've ever heard in my life. You're truly a revelation as to what podcasting is. It could be. And if you ever stop doing the show, I will cut off my testicle. Something like that. I don't want to give you too many ideas, but just something in that.
They'll look younger.
Vicinity. Yeah, exactly.
Of youth. Cut off your testes.
That's what Seema's friend says. He's like,
I love the podcast, you guys. It makes me feel like I look 13 again.
So, on that note, Mr. Mo, why don't you?
If I look 13 again, they let me back into the Catholic Church. I motion to adjourn this meeting. Please don't come at me, Father Thomas.
Yes, Father Thomas. Still
call
got a
a
couple
book
Botoxes if you stop calling me. And I second. All right, you guys. We'll be back next week with another edition of the greatest podcast in the history of podcasting time, the Frat Chat Podcast. See ya.
Ciao.
Yeah, say ciao, bitch.